You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith.
Man, that's beautiful. And that thing is a great bike. If you want a good entry level, teach me how to ride bike and then ride trails kind of bike. Gets you into places like this. Not a problem with that. My 1 year review of my Honda CRF300L. I've had a lot of bikes, from 600s, 650s, KLRs, Suzuki's, Yamahas. Gotta say, this is one of my favorite bikes right here. I've had it for a year, and I've only got 500 miles on it, but I don't ride it on the road much, just on the, mainly on trails. We're up here in Wyoming, doing a little trail ride. I won't give the name of this trail. This is one of my favorite trails to ride. Let's go over some great things about this bike and some modifications you should do to it. Now, this bike isn't quite a 300. It's like a 294 or something like that. So you do get a little less displacement, but it is a good bike. It's a 4-stroke, single cylinder, 6-speed, slipper clutch. Great little bike. Hydraulic brakes front and rear, disc brakes front and rear. Okay guys, so this is my 2013 Honda CRF300L. So I had this thing for just about a year. It's actually been a great machine for the year. We've only had a few issues with it, and they were caused by me. Overall, I've really enjoyed this bike for the last year. Let's go over some of the things I've done to this bike real quick. I no longer have the stock tank. I have a 5-gallon desert tank for it from Acerbis, I believe is how you say that. I can never say that one right. I have also replaced the mirrors. Pretty much broke those on day one. We also replaced the tail with this tail tidy up. It's like a little LED light, nice small package. And also upgraded it didn't come with a skid plate at all. And then I built this little protection out here to protect the water pump cover as well, because the first day I had it, I dropped it and it landed right here on that water pump and broke it. So that sucked. Didn't make me too happy. One other item I did add was a tank bag. This is just called Rig Gear Adventure. I got that off of Amazon. See if I liked it. It's been a great bag. It's waterproof. You can put your phone right up in here and see it, and it's protected from water and dust and sealed up. Really like the mirrors that I put on. They're called Unbreakable. They've been working great. That's about all I've done to it so far, other than just ride it. Over some of the features of the CRF300L I don't like. Number one, the graphics on it. Everywhere you might actually touch it, it wears off everywhere. Not very high quality graphics. See all that's just wearing off throughout there. Everybody whines about the suspension. It's mediocre. I've ridden much nicer bikes with nicer suspension, but you know what? I weigh about 210, turn 10 pounds, and it seems to hold me up. Yeah, the back is pretty soft. The front, I have hardly ever bottomed out. I've jumped it a few times. I think I've only bottomed the front end out like once in all this time. I primarily ride trails. I don't do a lot of street riding. If you hit the front brakes really hard, yeah, it will nosedive pretty bad. But just kind of learn to deal with it. At least I have, and I've been happy with it so far. The engine has been phenomenal. When I first got it, I did not like it at all. It felt really slow, and the more that it's gotten broken in, it's been a lot better bike. Real happy with the engine so far. As far as things that are kind of cheap and dumb, got incandescent lights on it for stock, for the headlight, for the turn signals. Plastics are kind of cheap on it. The tires are 50/50. They're getting worn down. I've got about 540 miles on it so far, but I'm going to put some more aggressive ones on it here pretty soon. The lack of skid plate on this is also pretty bad. I know most people are probably not going to ride it like I do. The hand guards on it are pretty much a joke. They don't really do much. And the levers I have bent a few times already, but they have not broken, amazingly. Again, the mirrors. Things I really like about the bike, the display is a pretty nice display. I like it. I like the way the bike handles for the most part. The maintenance on it, I just changed oil once a year. I had 450 miles on it after last season. This summer, when I started to ride it again, I dumped the oil and filled it up again with synthetic oil. But for the most part, that's it. Like, the seat's comfy. It's a little bit soft, but I'm fine with that. It's a pretty comfy bike to ride. The switch gear is all easy. Honda puts their turn signal in a different place than everyone else for some reason, and their horn button and the headlights are in normal places. You got a hazard switch, you got electric start stop or electric start, and then your cutoff switch up here. This bike is also fuel injected, which makes it nice. No maintenance really. I just put a little bit of fuel stabilizer in it in the wintertime. I run ethanol in it. I run ethanol free in the bike, so I really don't have too many problems with it. And I usually start it up a couple times in the winter when it's just sitting in the garage. Clutch lever, there's not a lot of feel in there. It's got a slipper clutch, but it seems to work good. Can't really do wheelies with it. I don't know. I guess if you want to, you could, if you tried hard enough. I've done a few wheelies with it. I'm not kind of the wheelie master. I think in the future, my upgrades would probably be to replace the rear shock assembly. Get something that's adjustable. Nothing on the suspension is adjustable except for the preload on the rear shock, which I haven't even dinked with because from what I've seen, there's not enough to actually make it worth your time. Bike weighs about 300 pounds. So overall, pretty easy to handle. Ride height is really nice as well. I've got like a 30-inch inseam on it, and it's pretty easy to get on and ride, which I really like that part about it too. So yeah, it's probably a beginner bike. If you're just getting into this, getting into riding, I just got into it like 5-6 years ago to riding off-road, and it's been a great bike. I've had about 6 or 7 bikes from KLRs to Suzuki's, and I keep selling them because I get tired of them. I get tired of dealing with the maintenance. This bike I haven't had to do anything to. I think I would definitely try out some other bikes as well. I would like a 450 just for that extra power, but you know, you can get in enough trouble with this bike the way it is. So anyway, I would give this bike probably a 7 out of 10 on my score for bikes. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great bike. Have yet to have any major issues with it. Haven't even popped a tire on it yet. So if you're into trail riding, a little bit of street, like in-town stuff, just dinking around, great bike for that stuff. If you're gonna try and do motocross, yeah, not the bike for you. You should probably be looking at something else. So anyway, hope that review is good. I hope you like it. This is probably my 10th bike in the last 5 years or so for off-road bikes. It's been a great bike so far. So If you like it, like and subscribe, and comment below what you think of your CRF300L. Thanks for watching.